Records, action, thrills, goals still happening at the FIFA World Cup. Mexico, Canada, and the United States of America. Cristiano Ronaldo still breaking record at the age of 41. Also, we have thrills. Croatia, Luka Modric still breaking appearance record right there for his country side. More action still happening in the world of football, most especially on the ongoing FIFA World Cup. We have updates coming through from the local leagues. The MPFL transfer buzzing, ever blazing, ever gunning. I'm still giving you all those actions. And let me inform you that the MPFL have increased the stake when it comes to the competition, naming 1 billion. Eric Shells also have been awarded a more contract and more job on his CV. We're going to give you more updates when it comes to the world of transfer from Chelsea stable, and giving you more updates when it comes to the world of sports right here on the go. I am Paul Abeto. A good morning to you, and you're welcome to Dominion Television, your channel of choice. This is Dominion Sport, where we talk all things sport right here on the go, and it's back-to-back action right here. And I have Sanudin Alimi joining me in the studio to talk sports with me, as an expert analyst when it comes to the world of football, tennis, basketball, and all-round sports right here. Top of the morning to you, my brother. We spoke about Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday, and did he deliver yesterday at the age of 41?
Good morning to Oluwalemi. Good morning to our viewers. It's nice to be back again. And Cristiano Ronaldo cannot be separated from the headlines. After the first game, he was criticized for his performances, even though there were mixed reactions from pundits and fans alike. Some were on the side of him playing well, some criticized his performance, and he answered them so rightly in the last game yesterday. Got 2 goals, galvanized the team to victory, and that's what you want from your stated player. Hugging the headlines again, and that's Cristiano Ronaldo for you. He's done it 6 World Cups now. First player to score in 6 World Cups, and not many players can boast of that record of playing in 6 World Cup. Not like at least saying they scored in 6 World Cup editions. So that's a great for him, and congratulations to him and his play and the rest of the Portuguese squad. They got their first win yesterday, and looking forward to the next game for them in the group stages and to the rest of the competition. All
right, it's all goals scored in 6 World Cup edition for Cristiano dos Santos Aveiro. Ronaldo getting a brace in that game right there against Uzbekistan. When you talk about longevity, you give it to Cristiano Ronaldo. I saw a picture, where he at that young age, he was with some players, young players in Uzbekistan. We went to visit, that country. And 2 of those players at that young age still played with Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday when it comes to the FIFA World Cup. Let's move away from that. We're still going to talk about the World Cup, but let's talk about stories making around when it comes to Nigeria Professional Football League. The transfer is now buzzing, and Rivers United have been the one in the market, and they have signed and completed a deal for Ifeanyi Chukwueze from Niger Tornadoes. The goalkeeper becomes the latest addition to the Pride of Rivers as the strengthen their squad ahead of the new season.
Yes, it's a great one for them. Yesterday we spoke about them snatching up that youngster and announcing him the right way, but there were question marks about the optics and the way it was unveiled. But yesterday again they went to the news and snatched up a goalkeeper from Niger Tornadoes, and it's getting worrisome for Niger Tornadoes right now, because it's not only Rivers United that are snatching up 1 or 2 players from the ranks of Niger Tornadoes, but that's a question for another day, how they will prosecute their next season. For Niger, that's their issue to sort. But for Rivers United, they've gotten a goalkeeper. They're back on the continent this time around, and they need additions to the squad to strengthen the side for all the challenges that is going to come their way next season. So good one for them, and congratulations to the goalkeeper. It's a step up for him in his career, moving from Niger Tornadoes to Rivers United. Definitely a step up in his career, and let's see what happens between him and the club for the coming seasons. I
want to also inform you that the salary is 950,000 naira, and 2-year deal for the goalkeeper from Niger Tornadoes.
That's a great one, and we spoke about Rivers United unveiling the player and giving us the terms of his contract. Yes, he signed 2-year contract. He's getting so amount monthly or weekly as his wage. So that's the way to go. Rivers United have set the pace now, unveiled 2 players, or announced the contract agreement with 2 players, giving us the breakdown: 2 years, 950,000 monthly. This is how it's going to go, and the internal arrangements and all, there are no shrouds and doubt about it. Good one for them, good one for the club, and good one for the league in general. And let's hope this continues across board in the MPFL.
All right, let's take more updates in the world of transfer when it comes to the MPFL, as Ranchers Bees have announced the signing of Kabiru Mohammed. The experienced midfielder joins from Kaduna Bay side as the continue to strengthen their squad ahead of the new season. He's a left back and not midfielder, and he joined from Kwara United. That's the update. He came from Kwara United, the captain, and he has joined Ranchers Base, the new side promoted to the MPFL.
Yes, this is the kind of news you want to hear. This is coming from a club that relegated last season. These are teams. There are teams looking around to get one or two players from there, and definitely a club that played in the MPFL last season. Not all the players will be condemned to go down relegation, but relegation zone with them or to the NNL with them. So, for this guy, is gotten a dream move. This is a newly promoted side.
Yeah.
This is what we expected. Doma United to go through, not go through screening a whole set of players that would constitute your team next season. There are players from teams that just relegated. This is an experienced player. For him to be a captain of the side, he has one or two things that he can add to the squad, and that's the way to go about it. And they've gotten their man now. They're strengthening their squad. This is the right way to go about it, and let's hope it bears a positive fruit for them at the end of the day.
All right. Also from Ranchers Bees, they've also announced the signing of Samson Marvelous. That's a new addition to the squad. So is all Ranchers Bees and Rivers United are still making more of the moves when it comes to the transfers?
Yes, there's still a lot of time for other clubs to catch up with them. But right now, if you can get your business done early, it's going to help the preparations for next season. And with the MPFL now wearing our clarion call, coming out with guidelines, coming out with prize money, regulations on how they would go about next season, this is the time for clubs to strengthen their sides, balance your books, let the players that you don't want with your side next season, let them off the hook. And if you want to make money off one or two players, conclude your earnings quickly so you'll be able to shop for replacement as early as possible. So good one for Ranchers, good one for Rivers United. I know news will still break out between now and the end of the day about other acquisitions from several clubs, and between now and end of the transfer window, there will still be manager dominoes going on around. We expect changes in the technical arrangement of teams. So it's just exciting times right now, and this is what's supposed to happen. The World Cup is taking the balls off the transfer window, but we can't take a blind eye to it and ignore all the happenings in and around the world of football. So it's exciting times for the MPFL right now, and let's hope this continues in a positive fashion.
All right. This is coming from the camp of Shooting Stars, as they are in race to keep Ayobami Jr. Now, we got a source the Kenyan deal to close the deal for $9,000 in salary is on the table for the midfielder. Oluyole Warriors are looking at Adi as a possible replacement. Now, you look at how Ayobami Jr. has contributed to Shooting Stars' performance last season, and no contract. Actually, it's not on contract. The contract expired already, and a Kenyan-based club is now offering him $9,000 right there, and it looks set to join that Kenya-based club. But if that deal did not pull through, what do you think Shooting Stars need to do to keep a player like Ayobami Jr. and they know they are going into continental football next season?
Players come and players go, but if you can keep one of your standard performance from last season to the next season, it's going to be a very good one for you. You don't need to start tweaking or checking for what position best fits which player you bring in as replacement to the club. So for Ayobami Jr. is a good one. He caught the eye of so many people last season, led the assist rankings for both Shooting Stars and the MPFL in general, and even caught the eye of Eric Chell towards the end of last season when it was on the Southwest tour of Premier League side. So for him, if he gets to make the move to Kenya, good one for him. That's a pump in his pay, better playing conditions, if I'm correct about that. But if Shooting Stars are able to tie him down, it's a good one for them. But they also need to match the financial package.
It's on a paycheck of $1 million naira.
So those are the things you have to consider. If they can match the pay of the Kenyan side, maybe they can.
Do you think they can match the pay?
Right now, I don't think they can. Realistically, right now, I don't think they can. There are other places they can utilize that huge amount of money into the progression of the club. If you can't get to keep him, there are other players in the league that would be willing to play. And you mentioned Aruna Adi, who was with Remo Stars last season, and Remo Stars are relegated now. He's one of the players that I think teams of the top hierarchy in the MPFL should be looking towards to. And that Remo Stars side will still let go one or two players just to fund the continuity of the club, and also not tie down players on huge money for a competition that's not going to pay as much as the MPFL at the end of the day. So for Shooting Stars, if Ayobami leaves, Aruna Adi is a good one. He's experienced in the MPFL. He's done with he's an MPFL winner.
But yeah, he's an MPFL winner. I'm sorry to cut you short, but Aruna Adi is not a midfielder. He's actually a winger. But now, and we're getting the report that Sporting Lagos are also trying to look at evaluation, club-to-club conversation to begin finding a solution. Shooting Stars are confident of getting it done. Now, according to report from one of our sources, yeah, we got the update that the father of Aruna Adi once played for Shooting Stars. So that's one of the pivotal moves that Shooting Stars are trying to make to get this deal done in favor. And also, we got a report that one of the major ways, because it's still contract, maybe that might be around 5 to 10 million naira, and an increase in salary might help them pull this deal through for Aruna Adi. But now, in position to position, do you think is a perfect replacement for Ayobami Jr. if Ayobami Jr. is to leave to the Kenya-based club?
I don't think it's a direct replacement. Like you mentioned, he's a winger. Ayobami Jr. plays more centrally in behind the striker. So for Shooting Stars, quality is needed for that side to prosecute the games next season. So whatever position Aruna Adi comes in to fit into the Shooting Stars side is definitely an upgrade on one or two players they have currently. He's going to bolster their options in attack, and the experience he has is going to help the side. So even if Ayobami Jr. leaves and you bring in Aruna Adi, you still need someone that would replace that position or that void Ayobami Jr. is going to leave. Because even if he's staying, you also need to get one or two players that will help him and push him to get better in his position as well. So Aruna Adi, very great addition to the side. If they make him, they need to get all things in place to pull it together. And we know how clubs exploit several situations to get players to their side. You mentioned his father has played for Shooting Stars before. They have that lineage connection to him, and one or two things can happen in the background. Those are the things clubs exploit to get players on their target list. So for Shooting Stars, they need to go all out to keep their player, and if they can't keep him, get some money off him, or get your books balanced by getting his wage off the current tablet that they are currently playing, and look for replacements for the position and get stronger for next season.
All right, let's see how that one would happen. It's interesting times. Do you agree with me that this transfer are getting down interested in the
Yes,
MPFL?
for me, this is the most interesting part of football. Not aside the balls, the goals, the saves, the tackles, and all that runs the emotions. The transfer window is definitely one of the best times you enjoy football as a fan, because you don't know which player is going to which place, and the transfer saga that trails a lot of high-profile transfer is one exciting thing to follow. Stories come out from different covers, rumors are being debunked. True stories come out at the end of the day, and the shock on your faces when you get a shock move is just interesting, and that's one of the things I enjoy about the game of football.
All right, let's now talk about one man. Gbenga Ogunbote says to extend a one-year deal at Plateau United. He brought in last season to rescue the mission, and he delivered. The club are happy with the progress and have decided to activate an extension for the Oracle. They call him Gbenga Ogunbote.
That's a good one for both sides. And last season, when Plateau United got him, we were asked the question, can he put them up? And he answered the question perfectly. They were one of the best, one of the most informed teams at some point in the league. Won about 3 or 4 games before he got the loss to Shooting Stars. But at the end of the day, now he's done what he was brought in to do. Keep the MPFL status, that is done, and if that was the agreement before the season, before he got appointed, he's done his own end of the deal, and it's just right for Plateau United to stick to their own agreement and extend it. And it's a good one for them. He's a veteran in the league. He was with Shooting Stars for 2 years before he lost the job earlier in last season. Now he's back in the MPFL. We know what he can do, and he's gone all round teams. He's done with Sunshine Stars, he's done with Shooting Stars. About 2 stints with Shooting Stars now, so that should show you he's doing something right in the MPFL, and he's one of the top lads out there. So good one for both sides, and I expect fireworks from the combination of Gbenga Ogunbote and Plateau United next season.
All right, we expect more fireworks from that end. And let me inform you that Victor Mbahoma has been rewarded with a car, a brand new car, 14 goals, and a moment of magic. One better way to honor a club legend, Victor Mbahoma, with the brand new car, and a big congratulations to him from the camp of Remo Stars.
Yes, those are the ways to reward players for having done well in the last season. And you can't deny his contributions to the team. Even though they relegated at the end of the day, his goals was one of the things that actually brought joy to the faces of the fans last season. And what better way to congratulate him and reward him, and hopefully keep him through the journey to the NNL and back into the MPFL for next season. So those are one of the incentives you can use to tie a player down. And congratulations to him, and good luck to Remo Stars and Mbahoma in their contractual agreements and getting to extend the stay at the club. Let's see what happens between them now and the end of the transfer window.
All right, beautiful. Let's move away from transfer stories making the rounds in the MPFL, and let's talk more updates still in the MPFL, as the prize money for the Nigeria Premier Football League MPFL has now been increased from 200 million to 1 billion for the champions. The runners-up will receive 500 million, while the third place would earn 300 million. It looks everybody's happy at the end of the day, but there are also questions about what about those teams, the 4th to the 20th team in the league, what did they stand to receive? But let's talk about this new development. How is it going to shape the competitiveness for next season, the financial play of other clubs who are investing so much, and other things that the league will set to benefit for next season?
For me, there are still question marks about it, but this is a very good one. The MPFL have come out, and the NSC I'm sorry, have come out to address their inactivity in the media over the past couple of weeks about how they are going to go about next season. And first thing they came out with was the prize money. But now my question to them is, have they secured partners that would ensure this money is available on ground? Because it's not when the league ends or the league is almost at the end, we start hearing question mark about sponsors are pulled out, or we've not been able to put this pot money together at the end of the day. So on the board right now, this is 1.8 billion naira in prize money for top 3 positions. That's to give you an insight to how well teams have to prepare for if you want to get this prize money at the end of the day. So last season the winner got 200 million. Now the third position next season is set to get 300 million for participating and taking third position in the league. So the stakes are higher now. Clubs and investors need to work harder, and for the ROI of what they are going to put in, if you invest this amount of money, this is what you are going to expect of them. So it's going to help a whole lot of teams prepare well and arrange their transfer dealings, arrange their bookings, how you want to transport your players and all. You can factor that in, and they're making the right investment if you invest in the MPFL. That's what we want. But just the top 3 positions, 4 to 20, if asked, we have no framework for how they're going to be rewarded for their participation in the league. So those are the questions that needs to be answered. And how do the MPFL intend to garner this amount of money before the season starts? And it's going to be in a fixed deposit and say, okay, immediately the season ends, or when it's confirmed that this team has won the league, this is how we are going to disburse the money, this is the financial package, or this is the breakdown of how we are going to give the money to the club. That's the next thing on the board right now. So good one for the MPFL and the NSC, coming with a juicy package for clubs who intend to participate in the MPFL next season. You are working towards 1 billion now. This is huge morale for the players. Imagine injecting 1 billion naira into the finances of a club. You know what it can do. It's going to go a long way in securing the future of the club and the players. So great one, and we expect to have answers to those questions that have been posed by the decision of the NSC and the MPFL to increase the prize money to 1 billion, 500 million and 300 million respectively for the first, second and third positions on the log of the table at the end of the season.
All right, that's the update from the new development from the MPFL. But other stories are still made around from the meeting in Abuja, as the head coach Eric Shields is set to take charge of the Nigeria Under-23 national team. The Dream Team are following a strategic decision during an high-level meeting held on Tuesday at the National Sport Commission NSC headquarters in Abuja. The crucial meeting brought together key figures in Nigeria football, including NSC Chairman Shehu Diko, NSC Director General Bukola Olokpade, and NFF President Ibrahim Gusau, and NFF General Secretary Dr. Mohamed Sanusi, and Super Eagles head coach Eric Shields. We're going to watch the video where Shehu Diko was speaking, and we'll be back to discuss more on that story right here.
New contract and the new remuneration, which I think the NFF would do the necessary to now be able to finalize it. But at least I can confirm to you, we have agreed a new terms, I can say term sheet with the coach. Then when the NFF will put it on the paper, but at least we have agreed something with the coach about his new remuneration. So we are going to increase his money. We're going to also take care of his assistants that are helping him. And there are other benchmarks that we have put on the table. And I'm sure the coach was very, very excited about it. So that has been put out of the way, NFF will deal with the rest. Also, we have discussed how we can build for the future. because we have now the next AFCON, we have the next World Cup. Now we have to start preparing now. And we have to start putting our heads together to put all the foundation to make sure all the mistakes and all the deficits that we have suffered now will not happen again. The issue is to learn from the mistake and see how we can make it better. So on that aspect, we also agree with the coach that in the NFF, that the coach will also take care of the under-23 national team, because we can see the young people that are already coming up to the Super Eagles who are within that age, who are participating, who are coming for the future. So we have to now, instead of having different ideas, let's have ideas from the 23 to the Super Eagles. So the Eric Chen and his team will add 1 or 2 people to support them, but the whole team of the Super Eagles will also manage the 23 plus 1 or 2 edition. If there are clashes in the matches, then the people that are additions will do the matches while they do the Super Eagles. The objective is we have to build for 2030 now. And it is now we have to start building and bringing in the young ones that will join the team, and that's the vision of doing that.
The move is seen as part of a broader effort to strengthen Nigeria football development structure and restore the Dream Team's place among the world elite youth football nations. Nigeria under 23 remains one of the most successful teams in Olympic football history, and is first African nation to complete the full set of Olympic medals in men football, winning gold at the 96 Atlanta Olympics and also silver at the 2008 Beijing Olympics and the bronze at the 2010 Rio Janeiro Olympics, which is expected to lead the next generation of Nigeria stars. Attention are turned to the further and future of the Dream Team at its quest to see how far they can go. That's the update we got from Abuja. Asanuruddin, all of this put together, are you excited for this move, the responsibility for Eric Shells? Also, we got a report that is also now been awarded his contract, $100,000 now offered to Eric Shells.
It's a great one for NFF and Super Eagles in general, because having Eric Chell, it's been a blessing to the side. It's one of the best coaches we had in the past couple of years, probably in 5-6 years now. This is one of the best coaches we have for the Super Eagles, and with what he's done with the side, he's transformed the side from playing anyhow football to having a clear pattern of how they want to play. And judging by the last 2 friendly games they played, even coming from the Unity Cup right there in London, we saw a style of play he wanted to instill in the players, which makes it clear that no matter the set of players called up to the national team, this is how we want to play. We are not just here to make up the numbers. We want to improve the quality of football we play and give chances to the best of the best players who represent the cause of the Super Eagles. So great one for him. We had back and forth when he requested for an increase in his pay, but right now with more responsibilities, the NFF have subdued to his pleas and given him the money he wants, and let's hope that gives him the zeal to continue with the club. And for him being appointed as the under 23 it's a very great one, and it's going to help our inclusion of players, of the best stars into the national team. So with him now, he's in charge of more than just the Super Eagles. He has a chance to integrate players from the under 23 side, because that's the lower rank to the Super Eagles. So if he's in charge of those of the developmental phase and the Super Eagles stage, we know we are going to be set start for life for a couple of years with him in charge. So it's a great one and right way to go, and I hope they are able to put themselves together to qualify for the next Olympics. Because the Olympic scene has missed the Super Eagles for a while now. So the Dream Team need to get back together, and what happened yesterday in Abuja was a very great one for me. A lot of things were addressed. We have asked questions over and over again without responses, and some of those issues have been addressed, but there are backdrops of issues that would come up from this now. Who's the setup for the technical crew for the under 23 side, which Eric Kelly is going to be leading? Is it the same set of people managing the Super Eagles, or also be doing the same job with the under 23? Because that's going to be a whole lot of them. What is the status of his backroom staff as well? Because we are just hearing about Eric Chell. Eric Chell is the face of the team, but what about the backroom staff? How are they being integrated into the contractual situations surrounding the coach and the team in general? So great one for him, great one for NFF for appointing him as a 23 coach, and remains the Super Eagles coach of Nigeria. Let's see what happens, and I expect greatness from this side going forward.
All right, we expect greatness, and we hope to see the Dream Team back in action. Definitely, just like Sanuruddin said, we have missed them so much in a big stage, most especially the Olympics. Let's move away from that. Let's talk about the Flamingos as they put on a dominant display at Remo Star Stadium Ikenne yesterday. The team continued to build strong momentum as they prepare for the crucial 2026 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers. Let me inform you that the Flamingos trashed Royal Tom's Queens 11-0. Queen Joseph, Candace Ifeanyi, Mary Tobiloba Sarafa, Amoni Chidi with an hat-trick, Destiny, Precious Oscar, and Kausarat Olariwaju also getting on the score sheet. And I mean from you that the upcoming qualifiers would be Nigeria Under-17 versus Benin Under-17 first leg starting from the 4th of July 2026.
Yes, great performance from the girls. I questioned their finishing the last time they played against Dream Star Ladies, and I think for every time I ask them the question, they come back and
with answers.
And I hope they continue this fashion, because you can't create those amount of chances and not score 5 and 6 goals. And this is against academy sides, and you can't expect that level in and around the world when you are playing on the world stage. So it's very important they hit the ground running as soon as possible, perfect their chance conversion, and at the end of the day we'll see them on the big stage doing wonders and shining the green, white, green of Nigeria on the big stage. All right,
definitely we'll be there to give you more update on the Flamingos, but let's now talk about what's happening in the FIFA World Cup 2026. Yesterday's fixtures were exciting, and Portugal were able to pick up their first 3 points at this World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo making the balls of 5-0, getting a brace. Bruno Fernandes with an assist, Nuno Mendes with a fantastic free kick, and you look at other teams. Rafael Leao with a goal and an own goal from Uzbekistan. That one ended 5-0. So Nuruddin, we're expecting all of that, and the balls around Cristiano Ronaldo are saying I'm back and looking at the situation of things with Portugal. How excited were you yesterday, and also the record that Cristiano Ronaldo has been able to set and break yesterday?
It was a great one for him. Cristiano Ronaldo, like I mentioned in my intro, can't separate him from the headlines. Even if he has a bad performance, it's still the focus of the team. Good fruit for them. Before the first needless hydration break, they were 2-0 up, and when they came back, a little bit of drop in momentum, but at the end of the day, they found themselves and got the 3 goals that cemented the 5-0 victory at the end of the day. Great all-round performance for the team, but I still feel that side still has more than they did. It's just Uzbekistan. They can't go back to the drawing board now and say we've done it or we've arrived. Yes, you got 5 goals, but it's an Uzbekistan side who I think at some point in the game they lost their heads. They were not disciplined enough to keep up with the pressure of the game or calm down and play the game against the Portuguese side. But all around for Portuguese side, defensive wise, they were compact. Ruben Diaz came back to the defense. Roberto Viega was nice. Cancelo, he made a shift before he got off at halftime. And when Semedo came home, he kind of locked that position down. Nuno Mendes on the other side lost too many balls for me. Yes, he was fantastic in attack. He got a free kick goal. The distraction from Ronaldo really helped him take the attention away from him, and he put the ball in the back of the net. But for me, he lost too many balls for a defender of his quality. And if you are playing against a better side, it's going to cost you, because he lost balls in several key positions that I think the Uzbekistan side should have capitalized on, but they got away with that, and I think they need to go back to the drawing board and fix that. Apart from that, the midfield was nice. Bruno Fernandes, he was there. He got an assist in the game as well. I got 2 assists, if counting the own goal as long. He's also coming to the party bit by bit, and João Felix, I think, did a better shift than Pedro Neto on the left side, and Neto also did well on the right. He supported the attack and gave freedom for Cancelo to move to and fro in his journey on the field. So for the Portuguese side, like I said, great game for them, but it's just Uzbekistan. There will be days teams will be ready to set up in a different manner that won't fit the style of play they played yesterday, and I think it's going to give them a problem. But I think they're a side that can adapt to different changes. Rafael Leao came on. When he came on, he breezed past the Uzbekistan defense about twice before he got the goal. Cristiano Ronaldo banged in 2 goals. Bruno Fernandes is in and among the assist list round. So it's just exciting times for them, and let's just see what happens at the end of the group stages. They have Colombia to face next, which is a very tough test for them, and let's see what happens in that game.
All right, also let's see what happens in other games that happened yesterday, as England against Ghana played at a goalless draw. And let me inform you that 2 days, a Ghanaian traditional priest, Nana Kwaku Abonsam, said, "I'm walking on a hurricane. I have shown that I am capable off before, so I know what to work on and stop him. I will do my work so I can help Ghana. After the game, Kwaku Bonsam, the most powerful spiritualist in the world, I tied Harry Kane. Did you see him last night? He did not even see the ball. All of that frenzy in the World Cup. I don't know. Yes, we have the image of him blowing the powder and all of that. But Sanuruddin at the game ended goalless. Great performance from England. Great defensive display from Ghana, and all of that just showed what we had on the scoreline. The game ended goalless.
I don't think it's the powder from this.
No, it can't be the powder.
Carlos Queiroz executed his game plan very well, and I think the players helped at the end of the day. They've played 3 halves of football at this World Cup, 4 halves of football, and 3 of those have been unplayable for his opponent. That's not how you want to play. And for the Ghanaian side, they followed their game plan from the beginning to the end of the game. They were not ready to play football at all. They were just there to disrupt the flow of whatever the English side came for, and at the end of the day, it worked for them, and the English side didn't have answers to those questions that were posed by the Ghanaian defense. Partey was rock solid in midfield. He was disrupting the flow. He controlled the tempo as much as he did, breaking down Rice and running around Fatawu, Semenyo. Those guys worked tirelessly for the progress of the team, and Jordan Ayew even went as far as bandaging his head when he got a collision with Rishi James in the first half. So that show you they came with their game plan, which was to disrupt any flow the English side think they were going to have. They didn't allow them string 1 or 2 passes together. They were just everywhere on the field, kicking the ball away, kicking the legs, flaring up the emotions of the English side, and that is what you want when you are playing against a side like that. It worked for them in this game, but when it comes to the knockout stages, I don't think that's the right tactic that would push you forward. But it worked yesterday. They have 4 points, kept a clean sheet. The goalkeeper was on form. 1 or 2 shots that the English national side got on target, the keeper was on top of it, and that's what you want. That was a great performance for them. But for me, if they want to progress forward in the competition, they need to find different ways to play football. Carlos Queiroz, not to take anything from him, an experienced man at the World Cup stage, but you need to tweak your performance if you are playing against different side. You are not just there to disrupt the flow of your opponent. That's a tactic, yes, but I think there are better ways if you want to win the football game. And for the English national side, it's Tuchel again. In some quarters, it's called Tuchel Ban, Haram football. You have exciting players that on the pitch, players that have proven themselves to do well, and you leave them on the bench. I don't see why Anthony Gordon started again yesterday. Marcus Rashford was there. At some point in the game, he tried to correct that, and even the players confessed that when some players came on, he gave them the freedom to attack more. And if you're playing against a side like you've watched the Ghanaian side play against Panama, you saw how landlocked they want to play, and you're starting with Elliot Anderson and Declan Rice in middle. Give your players the freedom to attack. Bring on players that can take 1 or 2 players out of the way and create spaces for your strikers to move. That would have shut the spiritual man up if Kane had gotten a chance to.
I don't know. Can we have the spiritual man's picture blowing the powder? Definitely, yes, we have that. Go ahead, Sanu.
So if Tuchel had utilized different set of players for that game, you have Eze who can take a shot from miles out, and I don't see why Noni Madueke is starting any game. I saw a coach yesterday, funny one, saying if Noni Madueke can play for England, you definitely can too. Because it's just embarrassing to see a player continuously put up a stinker and still get that performance or that backing from the coach. I don't know what the coach sees in training, who makes him start ahead of Saka, Rashford and other players who are more prolific in my own opinion than Madueke in this side. So for England, they will rule themselves now. They need to win the last game against Panama, which I feel they will win. But if they want to do well and go find this World Cup, they need to definitely change their approach and utilize better players that are on the roster for them at the World Cup.
All right, that's the picture. So you're still saying that you don't agree with that. It has nothing to do with spirituality.
Tuchel Ban and Carlos Queiroz played directly into his narrative, and for everybody, when it's a World Cup, you try to get the buzz.
Luckily for you,
if it works,
you get the buzz.
You get the buzz and you make the headlines. And for me, there were question marks in the game for the tackle from Konsa. For me, I've seen it 3, 4, 5 times. That's not a penalty. Yes, he launched for the ball, but it was the Ghanaian player that clattered into him at the end of the day. They didn't both get the ball, but at the end of the day, it was the Ghanaian player that hit the back of Konsa, and that's never a penalty, and VR was applied correctly. Well, I don't understand the outrage why people are saying it's because it's an African
because
side.
it's an African side, yeah.
That was the right decision from the referee. That's never a penalty. They both went for the ball, missed the ball completely, both players, and the Ghanaian player clattered into the back of Konsa, and that's not a penalty end of the day. So that puts room for that. That puts clear doubt to the controversy surrounding that penalty incident. And the Ghanaian coach too, in the post-match conference, was quavering about saying the VR had gone for a coffee. If that had been taken against the Ghanaian side, would have screamed corruption, corruption, corruption. But when this right decision was made again yesterday, controversies will still always come out. So at the end of the day, do what works for you. Whatever way you interpret the decision of the VAR, stick to it, and let's enjoy football at the end of the day.
All right. Also, going on with the Man of the Match award, Jude Bellingham, and I quote, I did not deserve it, to be honest. It's probably should have just gone one of their lads that defended so well. Jude Bellingham on winning the Man of the Match after the draw against Ghana. Do you agree?
Yes, you agree with him. That's been honest, but it's just for the media. We know Bellingham, he has that parlay with the media. He always wants to be in front of the faces and in and around the news. Yes, he might have gone to the Ghanaian players, but you've been given the award. You don't need to say all that to the press just to garner sympathy or something. If you have broken them down or you've been adjudged to be the best player on the pitch, take the award and be humble about it and move on. The Ghanaian side played well, yes, but since the panel that decided the Man of the Match performance didn't deem it fit to any of those players that was in the colours of the Ghanaian Black Stars, take your award and get out of our faces.
All right, let's move away from that and let's look at all that result that happened yesterday. Colombia picking up the victory 1-0. Daniel Nunez also getting on the score sheet yet again. And you look at Croatia also picking up victory yesterday. For you, exciting times for these two teams. They were able, is now more competition on their group, game phase the last day of the group stage.
Yes, for Colombia and DR Congo, it was an exciting match. Both teams looked level on par, tactical wise and players concentration wise. It was nice to watch, but the team that wanted it more got it. DR Congo to had their chance to put the ball in the back of the net, but they were not clinically involved. Same thing we complained about in the first game of the group for them. So now 2 games in for all the teams at the World Cup. The last simultaneous group stage matches is going to start later today. It's exciting times for Croatia, very important one for them to get the 1-0 victory. As literal as it is, it has put them in a good position to qualify for the last round, because they're going to play against Ghana in the last game, and England is going to play against Panama. So it's exciting times. And for the Portuguese group, Portugal are now in second position with 4 points. DR Congo 1 point. Uzbekistan 0 points, and Colombia have qualified for the next round. What is left now is to decide who's going to lead the position, who's going to take top spot in the group at the end of the day. And this is going to be exciting. Portugal against Colombia in the last game of the group, while Uzbekistan will be playing against Uzbekistan will be playing against the last team in the group. So it's just exciting times. And for the
Uzbekistan,
DR Congo. For DR Congo, it's a chance for them to get maximum victory, to be the newcomers and get the chance to be placed as one of the best losers to qualify for the round of 32. So it's exciting times for me. If you want to play a lesser opponent in the round of 32, you know what you have to do now. And if you want to be on the tougher part and keep your players on their toes, you know how you have to perform the last game of the group. And it's just exciting times. And with now that we're moving to the simultaneous games for the last group stage matches, it's going to be exciting, because results would tamper the positions of teams between the beginning of the whistle and the end of the final whistle of the day. So it's exciting times, and let's dissect what's to come in the World Cup today.
All right, starting with that, we have the morning digest from the World Cup 2026, as Mendy has been ruled out of the Iraq game with a knee injury. Also, Neymar is ready for Scotland clash, and we got the update that Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday is now the Portuguese all-time World Cup top scorer. There you have it on the screen, the morning digest from the World Cup. If you're looking at that, I'm sure exciting times for those who are Brazilians. And Neymar is going to be ready. Mendy rolled out, and Ronaldo. All right, let's look at some teams who have made qualifications out of the round of 32. We have Mexico, we have USA, we have Germany, we have Argentina, we have France, we have Norway, and we have Colombia. Those are the teams who have made the round of 32. Exciting times to see those teams make qualification. Now, quickly, if you're looking at the group standings, where you have Group A, you have Group B, you have Group C, Group D, We have Group E, F, G, H. We have I, J, K, and L. Those are the teams. The group stands and look at it. Quite interesting. Group H still has so much to give out. Group G also still has so much. You have Group F also. You have Group K, and you have Group L. It's the exciting times right there. The third place standings, where you have some teams who are still going to qualify through the third place. Hopefully, we have Sweden, Scotland, Croatia, Algeria, Paraguay, Cape Verde. You have Belgium, we have Czechia, we have DR Congo, Ecuador, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we have Senegal. Those are the teams who are still most likely to pick up the third place standing. Let's check out the games for today quickly. We have Bosnia and Herzegovina against Qatar. We have Switzerland against Canada. We have Morocco against Haiti. We have Scotland against Brazil.
Exciting times. The most interesting one today is the Scotland game against Brazil. Neymar might be back in that game, but that does not make it interesting. The Scottish side needs that win,
yeah,
to boost their chances of remaining in the World Cup. A win or a draw would push them in place to get to the round of 32, but they qualify for the next round. Switzerland still need to avoid defeat to boost their chances of playing.
Yeah, both is on 4 points. So if Bosnia gets a victory against Qatar, they go 4 points. So
they go 4 points.
Yeah. So both teams need to win.
Both teams need to win, and it's going to be exciting. And for the Swiss side, they have to make up for what happened in the first game against Qatar. They lost concentration, but in the second game, they came roaring back, putting 4 or 5 past their opponent. That's what you want to say to naysayers about your team, and it's just going to be enticing against the host, the Canadian side, who put 5 past Qatar in the last game. They were helped by the 2 red cards got by the Qatari side, but you still doesn't take anything away from the stellar performance they put in that game. And Jonathan David is looking to continue his from where he stopped. He got 3 goals in the second game. Is he going to get a repeat of that performance? That's going to be a very huge task for him to complete. So it's exciting times. The World Cup is having all simultaneous games now. How do you keep up with that? That's a very big question.
That's a big question. All right, and that is where we draw the curtain on today's show. And right there, I'm sure you've enjoyed all of the beats we've been able to serve you in the world of sport. But before we go, let me urge you that you can make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you drop your comment. Bosnia and Herzegovina against Qatar, drop your predictions. Switzerland against Canada, Morocco against Haiti, and we have Scotland against Brazil. Those are the games to look forward to today. Simultaneously, the game between Bosnia and Herzegovina and Qatar, Swiss and Canada will be played at 8 p.m. While Morocco against Haiti and Scotland against Brazil will be played exactly at 11. So make sure you're following those games. Make sure you're enjoying the world of football back to back. That's all we can give you on the show this wonderful morning. I want to say a big thank you to the producer, to the director, and everybody behind the scene, making sure Dominion Sport remains on a global stage. Also to the expert analyst himself, Sanuri, let me thank you for bringing your expertise when it comes to giving out our football tips and also making us enjoy the game of sport. We're going to see again tomorrow, exciting time to join us right here on Dominion Television, your channel of choice. I am Paul Abeto. Stay connected and bye for now.